The new presidential administration has been in power for not even 2 months. In this brief time, federal policies have been upended, including immigration policies, spreading concern throughout communities, including Montgomery County.
Let me start by saying that in Montgomery County, we're a welcoming community, and we're going to do every single thing in our power to ensure that there is a safety net for everyone, regardless of where they were born, their color of their skin, their immigration status.
One of the big concerns with this is immigrant children.
Yes.
And I think people have this, this image in their mind of ICE agents going to schools, where children are. And I mean, is that something that's happening here? Is that something that can happen?
No. The great thing about Montgomery County is that the Montgomery County Public School System, they have a protocol. And this is like putting aside ICE. Anybody that goes to a Montgomery County Public School System, a school, they need to say why they're there. And even if they're from a government agency, they need to provide the reason, okay? It's not like they walk into a school and they perform a raid. It doesn't work that way. So if anyone from ICE decides to stop by school, the school will immediately call the central staff from the MCPS and have a lawyer come to the school. But honestly, my conversations that I've had with law enforcement, including ICE, that is not a practice that is happening or is going to happen in Montgomery County.
Specifically the executive orders, is there anything that council members can do on a local level to, help the community or combat them in any way?
Well, the only thing we can do at the local level is to continue providing access to food, to care, to the safety net. We are really depending on our congressional delegation. Senator Chris Van Hollen has been amazing. And he, as you know, he lives in Montgomery County, fighting back, as well as Congressman Jamie Raskin. We depend on our congressional delegation to use the Constitution as the vehicle to fight many of these actions that the president is doing.
Do you think the council, they might be able to appropriate more funds to organizations that support immigrants? Is that something that's possible?
That is part of the talks, but the budget is coming up very soon. So I cannot say anything that is not in front of us, but it's one of the considerations that we are analyzing, but we don't have anything solid yet. Okay. Stay tuned.
A lot of the discussion around these immigration issues and changes, it's about executive orders and courts and legislation and senators. But when you actually think about it, it's very human, it's very personal, obviously, like we've been talking about children. Yeah. So what do people need to keep in mind as we have these discussions that, sometimes they can move away from the human personal side and kind of get caught up in these, legislative things?
Technical. Yeah, this is, at the end of the day, we're talking about human beings who live and work in this community, who are your neighbors. I have several neighbors on my street. I live in Wheaton who work for the government, and everybody is scared because once your lifestyle gets disrupted, all of a sudden, you get scared. But at the same time, I want to remind folks that, yes, we're dealing with this situation, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And as a county, as a society, we're going to do our very best to protect each person living here, providing resources at the local level as much as we can. But I do hope that our court system, the judiciary, steps up and protects democracy, because many of the things that are happening right now are not okay with the Constitution, okay? So, but it will take a while to figure that out. I don't know the timing, but I know it will take a while, and that's what we're facing. So, and let's not forget, I come from South America. I come from Venezuela. I feel like I'm in Venezuela 2.0 right now. I feel like I lived this movie before in my homeland, and having somebody becoming president and ignoring the Constitution and trying to change the Constitution. There's a proposal right now in Congress to add a third term for the president. That's what happened in Venezuela. No, check and balances are very important. It's hard to leave your nation and your family. I came here along with my mom. I left my brothers and my dad. It was not easy. It's a traumatic experience. And you do it intentionally because you are desperate. And that was my situation with my mom when we came to the States. We were desperate. And so when you come here, you do it because you want to do better and better your life and protect your life and make sure that the people around you are protected. And I think this country has benefited big time with all the people coming from around the world to make this place so special and so beautiful.